Hey, baby! What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
Oh, hey guys, you're back. Sorry if I look a bit, messed up, but, recently, with some project going on, I decided to try to get a bunch of power cells, as many as I could, just like the OG himself, Jak, did years ago in the first Jak and Daxter game. I've tried all sorts of things with no luck, and trust me, all sorts of things. But sadly they didn't work out, and I'm still going for 0 when it comes to precursor, orbs, power cells, the usual stuff. Now I know what you're thinking. If you guys are wondering, hey, why the hell do you even need power cells for? And I got a question to answer that. The fuck business is that of yours? But anyways, since I'm already on the topic, and this is what I'm doing right now, and another, big project is coming on the way soon, shortly after this, well, I decided now's a better time than any to talk about the world of Jak and Daxter commercials. Now, I grew up with Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter was my first ever favorite PlayStation series of all time. It was later beaten by Uncharted, but it still always remains in my heart as the second best PlayStation series I've ever played. I adored this game. I had all 3, including the racing game, growing up when I was a kid. I played them like crazy on my PS2, and they were my go-to game. I would even pop in the first one so many times over and over. It was just that fun. So I decided today, let's take a look at 3 classic Jak and Daxter commercials, but with a twist. Each commercial is going to be from each of the original trilogy. We're going to look at a commercial of the first game, second game, and then finish off with the third game, the finale. So, let's get right into it.
Yeah, I remember that day. 32 against 2. Slow day for yours truly. I'll let Jak handle these workers. Once in a while, I throw him a bone. I let him have these ones, too. He's been a little rusty, so,
Hi, Jak.
Later. I was just talking about you.
A new legacy is born, ready for everyone.
Dude, this takes me right back. When Jak 1 came out, they had these collection of commercials where every commercial was Daxter being the character he is, a show-off wise guy, going to all sorts of people showing off that he was the real star. Ignore the Jak of the title, it's Dax, not Jak, Dax. Jakster, more like Daxter, am I right? And that was the whole point of these commercials. Each and every one of these commercials was Dax either showing off to law enforcement or a few chicks trying to get his hair tugged a little hard and trying to get all the credit, having to explain away how Jak was mostly there as his sidekick and he was just letting him help. All great commercials, and you will see as we go on that each Jak and Daxter game had a theme with his commercials, which I found fascinating. This one, the theme was Daxter trying to act as bigger than he was. But let's dip into what the theme of the Jak 2 commercials were, because they were also pretty fun.
This is the weapon Jak uses to defeat the enemies here. Would you like to check it out?
Now you go.
Uh-oh, here comes the Crimson Guard. Is he part of the tour? No, he's not part of the tour.
This world is better left to Jak. Rated T for T. Let's go take care of business.
Dude, can you imagine if you were there when I was a kid seeing Jak talk for the first time ever? That badass catchphrase at the end of all these commercials, "We got work to do." With that really awesome voice Jak had. I love Jak's voice. It was shocking for a lot of us. Even me, when I first saw it, I was like,
oh my God! You can talk!
But about these commercials, like I mentioned, we got another theme going on here. Every single Jak 2 commercial is just a tour guide taking you through this brand new world to explore of Jak 2. Jak 2 went through some weird developmental stuff. Originally, they were going to make a straight sequel to the first game and make it another fun platformer, but every time they tested with kids only had one thing on their mind. GTA 3 came out. And all kids could think about was free roaming, acting like an adult, being badass, guns blazing, and stealing cars. That's all kids were able to think about at the time. One of the developers, Naughty Dog himself, said each and every kid I tested all said this was too babyish or not for me. So they had to just throw up their hands and rework the game to instead be like GTA. Which also involved them having to just rewrite the story and cause a brand new plot hole with time travel and stuff like that. They basically ended up causing their own complicated time travel story just to try to explain a reason for why we had to go in this new direction. But it's still a badass game. I love Jak 2. If I had to point at all of them, I always call Jak 2 my favorite out of all of them. I just think it's way more fun and way more straightforward with its idea than Jak 3 and the like. But the theme of these commercials was great. The theme of these commercials is, hey, since we had to change the game and we now have a brand new world to explore, make the commercials about the brand new world. Each and every commercial was a tour guide grabbing some fans, showing them this brand new world that you're going to explore. The new jungle area with these creatures that are able to have these glowing hearts that eat others. A city with neon lights and a bar, but with red robotic guards ready to kick your ass if you get near them. They even had a funny thing in the end of each commercial with something bad happening to one person in the tour, but the guy just being totally okay with it and going, oh, well, ain't that a pretty sight? Get a pic. And it was amazing. These ones were really fun. But now it's time to get to the finale of what I think were the funnest of all of them.
Well, Jak, it's over. There's just one thing left to say. I am your father.
What?
I'm your father!
Right, yeah.
Listen to your feelings.
You're not my
No,
father.
seriously, your mother and I...
The epic Jak trilogy is coming to its dramatic conclusion.
Before you were born, obviously.
Rest assured, it won't end like this.
Yep. I do genuinely think that this is the best commercial out of all of them. I always have a, really warm, soft spot for the first game's commercials, but nothing compared to these ones. When Jak 3 was being developed, Naughty Dog made the announcement clear, hey guys, Jak and Daxter's over after this. This is the finale to a trilogy, this is the end of a saga, maybe we'll make one more bonus game down the line, but this is the end. And Jak 3 was promoted as the finale to a trilogy. So, why not have fun with that in your commercials? So each and every commercial of Jak 3 was random made-up endings of what could have been the ending of Jak 3. Really teasing us. Every commercial always ended with that funny thing of, maybe that's not how the game ended, but don't you want to know how the trilogy does end? Get the game today or else you won't know. And that's actually genius. Every single commercial was just, hey, here's a fake ending. You want to see the real ending of this amazing trilogy? Pick up Jak 3. I love this commercial. I adore it. Especially this one with Dax trying to pull a Darth Vader on Jak was just so funny. And I love it. And yeah, that was the wild, creative yet weird world of Jak and Daxter commercials. I miss this era. We don't get this at all anymore. This is, I think, this is even one of the main reasons why I even started the series to begin with and why I love looking at old commercials from back then. Because back then commercials were weird. They were fun experiments. Sometimes a straightforward advertisement, sometimes a wild creative art piece, sometimes just funny down the middle blur where yes, it's commercial, but at the same time, it's just our characters being our characters outside of the world, like these Jak commercials, for example. They used to be these wild, fun rides with so much to do in them, and then over the years, we just gave up, which I still to this day don't understand why. Commercials today are just to the point. It literally is just, this is the product, show said image or footage of product, goodbye, buy it. And that is all it is. There's none of this fun, wild creativity anymore, and it kind of makes me bummed. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please tell me in the comments below about your fond Jak and Daxter memories and what you thought of these commercials when you first saw them growing up, like I did, and your whole, ideal thoughts of commercials yourself and what you ideally wish them to be, like I just did. Subscribe and all that really means a lot. Now, if you don't mind, I see a cantaloupe on the road right now, and that fucker is mine because I need a power cell. Stay tuned. There's going to be another big Jak and Daxter project coming next week or so because it's going to take a lot of work. And summer's here, guys. You're going to be seeing a lot more Summer of Jetpack Retro commercials coming soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I want that fucking cantaloupe.